Technical Analyst at StockAxis. Brijesh Ji, warm welcome. Good to have you with us. Do tell us how you're looking at the market setup. Volatility is high, but at the same time, we are now looking at some comeback of the Nifty into the green zone too. Is this going to be sustainable now?
So good afternoon, actually, see, overall trend of the market is still positive, but today market closing might be flattish tone, might be 20-25 point or 20-25 point on the downside. Regarding with the support and resistance has been controlled on the broader picture. 24,100 and 23,900 is a support which should be held on for the market if a shorter term bet is being considered. Regarding with the resistance has been looking, then 24,490 is followed by 26,040 or 26,640 or 26,650 would be the resistance. So Nifty has been still, in a positive side, not that much negative. Regarding the Bank Nifty has been considered. So Bank Nifty right now is giving a slight indication of profit booking, but it doesn't mean that the trend has been changed. Still with the, if we look at the shorter term time frame of the chart, is still trading with the higher tops and higher bottom formation. For the Bank Nifty has been considered, then 52,100, 52,200 is the immediate support. If that thing breaks, then 51,500, 51,600 would be coming in the place, fair deeper down. But still, till that doesn't break, I don't think anything negative for the Bank Nifty has been considered. On the higher side, resistance lies at 52,750 or 52,800. If we surpass, then 53,200 again would be retested. So if we consider both the indices, then Nifty is on a positive as compared to the Bank Nifty. Regarding with the VIX has been considered just for these from a chart point of view, 14.5 or 15 is a hurdle. Middle hurdle of the VIX is 16. If we cross, then the we can see more profit booking. It might come down. Otherwise, I feel that 15.5 or 16 on the high side, followed by 11, 11.5 on the bad side. So still, it would be trading in this range only. And no doubt today we have seen a little bit inching, but I don't feel VIX to be crossed 16 mark, except we might see on a budget liquidity is 23rd of July.
Okay, got that. Brijesh Ji, the theme that is been in the works today is also railway space. The stocks have rallied quite a bit, and my colleague here, Asim, is with us to give us a sense of what's really taking, how is the action taking place within the railways, and what can we expect ahead. So we'll first, go across to Asim to really understand the big railway moves, and then we'll come to you for recommendations within that space too. Asim, take it away.
Thanks, Sakshi. So the railway stocks are on fire just 15 days ahead of the union budget set to be announced on July 23. Today, RVNL stock was the top gainer among the railway stocks. It rose up to 15% and hit a record high. Other railway stocks which were on fire were IRFC, Ircon International and Texmaco Rail, which hit their all-time highs today. So there are some factors which I would like to discuss which are leading to the rally in the railway stocks. So the railway sector is hopeful that the capex for in the budget will be increased by the government. So in the past also the government has allocated more money to the Indian Railways in the interim budget than in the 5 years leading up to the pandemic combined. Railway expenditure for the current fiscal is pegged at rupees 2.6 lakh crore, and the total spending between FY15 to FY19 was rupees 2.2 lakh crore. Meanwhile, Antique Broking said that this should directly benefit companies with increased wagon procurement such as Titagar and Jupiter wagons. In the infrastructure space, they find RVNL and Ircon are set to benefit from these moves. Also, there is a report which said that railways are set to become the next significant investment focus, with road and highway construction spending nearing the end of its cycle. Also, last week, Ministry of Railways said that they plan to make another 10,000 non-AC coaches in 2024-25 and 2025-26 to meet the increasing demand and enhance passenger comfort for the common man. So the ministry plans to roll out 4,485 non-AC coaches in the current fiscal and another 5,444 of these in 2025-26. Back to you, Sakshi.
Okay, got that. Thanks a lot, Asim, for all that update. Well, Brijesh, you heard the kind of moves that we've been seeing all across the railway space, and it's skyrocketing now. Where would you continue to chase the momentum, and where would you book out profits, and where are the signs of cooling off from this rally coming in?
So, Sakshi, whatever stocks we have been discussed, I have seen like Texmaco, T-Garden Railway stock, or Jupiter Wagon, or RVRM, or IRFC, or any others. So generally, if I say in a month time frame, roughly around 40% or 50% above the stock has already moved up. But still the stream is well left. So I'll pick up 2-3 stocks which have a more potential to move upside, and the fresh breakout has been seen. Number one is IRFC. Now, if we look on the shorter term time frame of the chart, it has made a base at 180 or 185 zone. It doesn't break, so one can look out that thing as a stop and buy at the current rate of 202, and then play for the target of 235 to 240 zone. Another counter where the fresh breakout has been seen, that is Rail Tech Corporation. It has already made a smaller time frame, has already made a base formation in the region of 468 to 475 zone, and a day before yesterday we have seen a fresh breakout at 500 odd level. Now it has been quoting at 537. So for a shorter term time frame, if 505 doesn't break, if that thing as a stop loss, current level can be used to go long for the target of 645 to 650. So there, even if I talk about RVRL, 11th of June, and precising that date when my system had given me a confirmation of the stock can move up. That time it was been quoting at somewhere around 383 or 385. Now it's not in a month time frame, it has shooted up to 564. So roughly around 40-45% has moved up. Still the stream is well left. If it doesn't break 550 to 520 where the support lies, we can see stock jumping towards the level of 625 to 630 zone.
Okay, got that. So that's the railway space and the recommendation on that front that's coming in. Let's discuss a few stocks that are buzzing away. Glenmark Pharma has moved to the top spot within the F&O space, Brijesh Ji. It's now 9.8% higher in trade. Even before you joined in, Sudeep Bandyopadhyay was with us, and he talked about granules and Glenmark Pharma as key stories that he'd like to continue to track within the pharma space. Technically speaking, how are you looking at this move coming in on Glenmark within the F&O space?
So if I look about the Glenmark chart, number one, the trend is still positive. No doubt the stock from a level of 1230 or 1240 or level, it has moved up to 1355. So 100 rupees already the base has been formed, and from there we have seen. Now this 1360 or 60 or 75 zone is a first hurdle zone where the supply might be coming. But the plus sign is the volume. The volume has moved, so does the price has moved. And today we have seen stock and made a 52-week high, also a fresh 52-week high. So I feel if 1235 or 1240 doesn't break, keep that thing as a stop loss. One can look out to buy this counter and play for the target of 1530 to 1540 zone in a couple of months of time frame. Even if I look at the granule chart on a shorter time frame, it's been trading with higher tops and higher bottom formation. 518 the stock has been quoted. So present rate should not be used to go long. Risk reward ratio is not in a favor. So if it comes around 505 zone, then one can look out to go for a long, or even precisely if I say if it trades below 500, then risk reward ratio would be in your favor, much more favorable, because 480 and 85 is a nice support that you should not be breaking in a shorter term time frame. So keep that thing as a stop loss and then play for the target of 600 and 610. But that thing would be at least.
Right. Okay, I guess there is. Yes, Brijesh ji, we heard you. Now on that front, Brijesh, I wanted to also bring up Reliance Industries on the screen for all our viewers. 3200 changed a digit and it's now at a record high level yet again. Strong moves continuing from last week, Brijesh ji. Reliance Industries for you, where is it headed?
So number one thing, still suppose someone has missed the rally, present rate can be used to go long, 2800, then followed by 3000. Stock had already made a base. Now when the stock made a high of 45 or 47, we have seen profit booking again going down, and somewhere around 3090 or 85 mark again it has pulled up, and now it is quoting at 3200. So still number one, the stream is being left. Present rate can be used to go long in a staggered way. Suppose if you want to buy say of 100 rupees, so you can buy it right now at 50, and if it comes down to 3150 again you can buy at that level, keeping a stop loss of 3050 where the nice support has been there, and then play for the target of 3450 to 3500. But the 3450 or 3500, I'm talking about at least minimum 2 month to 3 month of time frame.
Okay, got that. The other interesting stock that came on my radar is something that we discussed in the morning show also, viewers, and that's the new age internet based stocks Paytm. Finally buzzing very, very sharply. It was up about 4.5% in the morning trade. It's now moved about 7.5% right now. Let's pull up the stock and see the kind of move that we've witnessed today, and understand from Brijesh ji what's next coming in for 197 Communications. It's a 7.8% strong surge coming in on Paytm, sir.
So number one, the stock has fantastically moved up, somewhere around 7 or 8%. It has already moved up, and we have seen breakout at the level of 440. Now we are seeing some profit booking, 470 zone around the profit booking has been there. 460 to 465 level, if it comes, again look for the fresh buying, or suppose someone has missed the rally, then used to go long with the stop loss of 440 and play for the target of 490 to 495. I think within a 1 week or 2 week time frame, we might see stock touching that level of 490 or 495. If it give closing above 500, then another fresh breakout can be seen, and that can lead to the rally of 550 to 570. But purely for a 1 week or 2 week time frame, 465 around, go for a buy side with a stop loss of 440, and then play for the target of 490 to 495.
Okay, got that. So that's the view coming in on Paytm as well. Let's look at the broader universe to see if there are any other interesting names that we can spot. Fertilizer pack, something that even Sudeep sir was talking about. That's moving very, very sharply. National Fertilizers is now at a 10% move that we can see. Along with it, the entire space seems to be in focus. RCF, Rashtriya Chemicals, is also up by 13.5% in trade. Let's also look at some other stocks like GNFC, GSFC, Fact, for instance. The entire space seems to be abuzz with sharp action. Look at RCF. What a vertical spike that you have seen over there. A strong move coming in. NFL also, I believe there is a similar spike. Brijesh ji, fertilizer chemicals. There was a lot of buzz before the GST Council meeting that probably the GST tax will be removed. It came out to be nothing, and the stocks corrected after that. There is again move now starting to happen, and this is prior to the budget. How are you looking at this space, and should one chase the momentum?
Obviously, one should chase the momentum. If we look out the sector-wise, the chemical fertilizer, then today we have seen oil and gas stocks again moving up, followed by the railway stock. Now, if I talk about this few names which you have quoted, NFL, RCF, and Fact, all of these are, are looking good on the chart. I'll start with Fact. If we look out the chart, it already made a base at around 960, 965 zone. Now it has been quoting at 1118. The present rate can be used to go long. The breakout has seen at 1028. Keep that thing at the stop loss and play for the target of 1290 around. I think within a week time frame we can see the stock touching at this 1290 zone. If I talk about RCF now, already today's session we have seen stock, making a new 52-week high of 223. Now, if it comes at a region of say below 225 around, or 220 to 225 zone, if it comes, then one can look out to go long with a stop loss of 210, play for the target of 245 to 247. And if I talk about NFL, a large consolidation has already been made. 128 rupees around the stock had passed, from 25th of June onward. It was was making a base, and today we have seen a fresh breakout with volume. It has moved the 148 around has been trading. So 130 around, keep that thing as a stop loss. Play for the target of 170. If it keeps closing above 170, next level would be 200. But I feel that 170, 175 ideally can be achieved in a 3 weeks, in a 1 week of time frame, and then we can play for 200.
Okay, got that. So that's the big move coming in within the fertilizers and the chemical space. Viewers, keep an eye out on this space very, very closely right ahead of the union budget as well. Today, we'll also looking at, apart from the railway stories, some of the other stocks that are buzzing within the broader markets. Let me name a few names. Dynacon Systems is up almost 10% higher in trade. Landmark Property, there is a continuous momentum happening. You have Kaya Limited that started to move with that Marico decision of a tie-up with Kaya Limited to market some of the products of Kaya Limited, and therefore you have been seeing a continuous momentum on Kaya Limited from that time on. PC Jewelers, after a long haul, is up at 10%. You have Suvain Life Sciences doing very well, 10% higher. Stanley Lifestyles, a recently listed company, is up about 10% higher in trade. You have BL Kashyap and Sons, that's about 10% higher in trade today. You have Eveready Industries, that's also a very strong move can be seen. I think about 12% odd or so is the kind of move that we are seeing. McLeod Russell is moving up, I think 9.9% higher. Some of these long forgotten names are coming back to the fore. Suraj Estates, it's been showing a momentum from last week, it's continuing now, 10% higher in trade. Brijesh Ji, any particular name from the names I read out that caught your attention?
So there are few. If I talk about T stock, McLeod Russell chart has been fantastic. After making a high of 31 rupees 70 paisa, it got profit bouquet has seen that 25 around, and again it has moved up. Stock has been trading up all the important moving averages, and it has a potential to touch 35 rupees mark. So 29 one can go with the long side with the stop loss of 26, play for 35. Marico we have talked about, and we all know chemical stocks followed by FMCG stocks are favorite when the monsoon starts. So 640 around the stock has been quoting, 627 around the support lies. If it doesn't break 627, then we can see stock touching 660, 665 zone around. Suvain Life Science, if I have all the three stocks, if I consider Suvain Life, chart is looking very fantastic, and if I'm not mistaken, today now circuit and of 10%, making a new 50-week high. It has more potential to go all the way to 160 to 165 with the stop loss of 132. So if I consider all these three, then Suvain Life chart is much promising than that.
Okay, got that. Well, let's again look at some of the other movers. It's 320 almost. In fact, Brijesh Ji, why don't you highlight for us one or two stocks that you would be looking forward to carry on as a BTST, STBT trade?
So as I've talked about the stocks which having a chance of moving up, one is IRFC. The stock is looking promising. If someone wants to play for a shorter term bet, or even for I'll say with BTST point of view, then 197 around the support lies, 201 the stock has been quoting, play for the target of 210, 211. Then RCF, which we have already been discussed, stock is still looking promising, 229 for the BTST. I'll say keep a stop loss of 222 present rate or 225 around. If it comes, then go for a buy set and then play for the target of 235 to 240.
Okay, got that. So those are the trades that one should be keeping an eye out on for tomorrow. Some kind of a pullback happening within the IT pack also, Brijesh. Wipro, HCL Tech, Infosys, Tech Mahindra, LTI Mindtree, these stocks seem to be pulling back from the day's low point. And of course, it is the IT space that will garner all the attention this week onwards itself. From 11th, we will start to see the earnings for Q1, and TCS will be the first one to report as the large cap company. How should one be keeping a strategy within the IT pack right ahead of earnings?
So, see, I can't comment much on the TCS. The TCS chart is still, not giving any sign of confirmation on the, on positivity. If I look at the broader range picture, 4,050, 4,070 is the resistance lies. Support if I talk about 3,820 or 40 around is a support band. So it's just trading in the range for the TCS. But if I talk about Wipro chart is promising. We can see further upside in it right now. 540 around the stock has been quoting. So till if doesn't break 527, it has a potential to go all the way to 560 followed by 573 or 574 zone. So if I in all the three, Wipro chart is on the promising band. The trend is positive. Present rate or dip should be used to go long with a stop loss of 527. Play for the target of 560 followed by 574.
Okay, got that. So that's the view on the IT pack as well. ONGC, let's revisit the stock again. It's now at a 300 mark, 4.2% higher for ONGC now. Strong surge, which has led the entire oil and gas space also higher in trajectory. So Oil India, you have GAIL, you have Reliance, you have several other gas stocks also moving up within the energy pack. This is something that seems to be garnering more moves. Brijesh ji, what next for ONGC after 300 mark is achieved?
So as we have discussed, MRPL or ONGC or IOC, the stocks. If I talk about ONGC precisely, even suppose someone wants to go for the BTST 295, keep a stop loss and play for the target of 307, 308. But for the shorter term bet has been considered, then I'll say keep a stop loss of 290, play for the target of 311 followed by 325 to 327. I feel like in this expiry, the stock might trade at the range of 325 to 330 zone for ONGC has been achieved.
Okay, fair enough. Let's also look at the FMCG space. More moves coming in, and now the index itself is up by 1.6% higher. It is Marico that's been driving this move from morning, so it's still holding up above that 4% mark. You have Godrej Consumer, Dabur, ITC also pulling up now. It's 2.4% higher, 444. You have PNG, you have HUL, Tata Consumer Products. The entire space seems to be a buzz. Brijesh ji, FMCG कैसा लगता है आपको, and which are the stocks that you will continue to chase?
So already Marico has been discussed. ITC again is a heavy weightage counter. 430 to 436 is an immediate support. I feel that that should be hold on for a shorter term. That has been considered. I feel like in a shorter term time frame, stock has the potential to go all the way to 465 and 475 zone for the ITC has been considered. Godrej Consumer stocks look good. From, I think if I'm not mistaken, from morning the stock had already made a bullish engulfing candlesticks and still it's been holding above 1410 or 20 zone. Now it has been quoting at 1427. Keep a stop loss of 1387 for the stocks. I feel the stock has a potential to go all the way to 1600 marks in a 2 weeks to 3 weeks of time frame. Tata Consumer has been considered. The stock has been trading near the resistance zone, 1160 to 65. So I feel like let it cross 1170 mark around. Then if it cross that 1170 mark, then only go for a buy side. Keep a stop loss of 1150 and play for the target of 1210 to 1225 mark.
Well, we will continue to focus on some more big moves that are we seeing right now. PSE index, the PSU index is something that we'll focus on now. REC is the counter that's moved higher. It's now at a 607 odd level, 4.6% higher. We are also looking at PFC, that's now 3% up in trade. We also have the other power space stocks buzzing, so NHPC, Power Grid. These are the stocks that are continuing to show some momentum. Within the power financiers, REC is also now among the top movers within the F&O space. Brijesh ji, REC, PFC, which is the stock that you would be betting on between the two?
So chart wise, I feel that REC chart is much more stronger. 607 around the stock has been trading. Present rate can be used to go long. A little bit deeper the support lies, somewhere around 592, 593 around the support lies. That should be kept as a stop loss and play for the target of 647, 650 zone. There is one more stock which is looking promising, but not from a power sector. There is ENC Infra. If we look out the chart, it has given a fresh breakout, and the previous month high has been tested. 509 around the stock has been tested. 495 around the support lies. Keep that thing as a stop loss and look for the target of 540 to 545 zone.
Okay, got that. So that's the view on that one too. All right, let me also bring up some other interesting names. BHEL is also pulling up 4% higher within the F&O space. What's the next target that you would have in your mind, sir, for BHEL?
So actually, the plus point is what trend has been positive with higher tops and higher bottom formation, whether we look at the daily chart or the shorter term time frame chart. Second, it's been trending above all the important moving averages, followed by the volume breakouts. When the volume breakout with the price has been confirmed, it indicates that it can further move upside. 329 around the stock has, it has made a new 50 wicket in today's session. 318 is a shorter term support, and the short term target is 340, 342. If suppose someone wants to play a little bit on the larger term time frame, then I'll say that keep a deeper support somewhere around 308 around, and then look for the target of 370 to 80. But for the short term bet, I'll say keep a stop loss of 318. Present rate can be used to go long. Play for the target of 345, 342 to 345.
Okay, got that. Well, we'll thank you, sir, for being with us on this show on that note and sharing with us all those ideas that you have for all our viewers. Appreciate your time with us. Thank you.